Hey guys, it's Janine. Welcome back to my window. Thanks for joining me. As you can see, I purchased one of those fancy silicone brushes to apply my epoxy with, and I will let you know right now that I was not a fan. I really feel that I can control my application of my epoxy with my gloved finger better than I can with these silicone brushes. So if you guys want to try them, I will link them in the description box below, and have a good time. Moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and glitter this guy. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. I will be back when I have something fancy to tell you. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on really quick and let you know that I do take my tumbler off the turner and dip it in the excess glitter and try to get the best coverage I can, pat it down, especially if it's chunky, it likes to stick up. But if you do use the epoxy method like I do, this is perfect. As long as you pat it down, you should get great coverage. Okay guys, so I'm going to give that 24 hours of dry time before I add my first coat of epoxy over the glitter layer. This is 14 milliliters of epoxy that I'm using. It's also a 14-ounce tumbler. Sometimes I will use 10 milliliters of part A and 10 milliliters of part B for a total of 20 milliliters. On my 14-ounce tumblers, I like to have just a nice thick layer. I also let my epoxy sit for 12 minutes before I apply it. I wait till the cup is hot, but not too hot, because that's definitely a learning lesson. All I can tell you is you will know when it is too hot. Yeah, so sit back, relax. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for 24 hours before I add my next layer, and I will jump on and let you know what we're doing. not that you can tell, but it has been about 24 hours of dry time for that last coat. Here I am doing an additional thick layer of epoxy. Again, this is about 14 milliliters of epoxy, 7 milliliters of part A and 7 milliliters of part B combined together. I like to have a nice thick layer of clear epoxy before I add my veiny details. This is a Mermaid under the sea cup, very similar to how I do my Milky Way galaxy cups, except for my glitter pattern is a little different, but the line technique is basically the same. I try not to use too much heat because I want to have line definition, and again, I do my details, I drag them through the epoxy, and you will see here, just wait for it, you will see that I do drag the popsicle stick through to give the lines a little squiggle and definition. It's just my personal technique that I really like to do. You guys can play around and make them more fluid and not dig the popsicle stick through the epoxy at all. For me, it's just a preference. So again, sit back, relax, and I will talk to you when it's time to add the decal. Welcome back, guys. So it's been about 48 hours of dry time, and that's because, life got the best of me and I had things to do. But needless to say, I'm back at it, and I've added the vinyl decal. If you need to know that, check my last video on my Milky Way tumblers. I also have vinyl decals with top coats if you need to know how to apply them to coasters. So check out those videos if you get a chance. So here I'm just adding my final layer of epoxy over these beautiful decals, and I'm going to let this dry for another 24 hours before I finish my photography and post this on my website. If you guys enjoyed this, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and stay tuned for next time.